I don't care if you've been waiting for Big Titty Afro golf season all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Blacker Than Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista Smoke Me Out fam with all the dankest of dank shit. On my left, the oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
You're the wizard, Harry.
God damn! All right, we can't even see you, dude. Or can you see him?
I can see him, but he's frozen.
Okay.
He's frozen. He's
Bro.
in carbonite.
Yeah.
On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choking people out on threes and fours, Chronos.
You know, I was getting lonely at night. I couldn't hear, Bill Gates anymore, so I had to go get that 5G upgrade again. Had to get that booster.
Damn.
Just saying.
Here we be. We back up in this motherfucker. Spooky season in full effect. Usually start off with statistical analysis of some sort.
That I do. My boy Patrick is back in the chat. I haven't seen him in a minute. I think we have to both shed a tear about not seeing Run the Jewels and Rage Against the Machine yet again. Bro, I don't think we're ever going to see that fucking concert, man. This is not going to happen. So, also, listener of the week would be Zor. Once again, Steve, seeing you on Friday. Looking forward to it. Bachelor party, Austin, Texas. Let's do this.
Let's fucking go. All right, old ninja. I don't know if you're having technical difficulties or freezing out, but you got to pour out some type of urban beverage of some sort. What are you doing and for whom to do?
So, I'm frozen, so you can't see me drinking my lean. So, but we're gonna pour out this week some old English for Robbie Coltrane, born Anthony Robert McMillan. He starred in a number of high-profile films. He's appeared in 2 James Bond films, GoldenEye and The World Is Not Enough. But probably his most famous role was as Hagrid from the Harry Potter franchise. He's in every single Harry Potter film.
Damn.
He was on the British sketch comedy show Al Fresco in 1983, early 80s. He was on the show with Hugh Laurie, Emma Thompson, and Stephen Fry before they blew up. He's also appeared in the animated film Brave by Disney, the movies Ocean's 12 and The Brothers Bloom. He'd been ill for 2 years due to osteoarthritis. He died at his home at the age of 72. So,
He was a like big and tall guy, obviously, right? Like that
yeah,
wasn't just a movie.
he's a big man, yes. But the movie magic made him bigger.
Of course.
But yeah, he I guess his last like on-screen kind of performance was the Harry Potter reunion, which is on the HBO Max. So you can see that everyone commented, like all the cast had commented that he did not look well, but he made every effort despite his illness to show up and be a part there. And apparently he was there reminiscing and going over the sets and whatnot. And he had stories to tell and whatnot. I haven't seen it, but from what I've been reading about the executive producer and the cast, like he knew that this was it. So.
Are there any other main actors that were like the teachers or staff wizards from Hogwarts still around, or have most of them passed by now?
No,
no, most of them should be still around.
The actress that played McGonagall, she's still around.
Oh yeah.
She's in yeah, she's in a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Also, we just saw in the Sandman, David Thewlis. He was the werewolf teacher.
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay.
So,
God damn, that's a great show.
Yeah. Who else was there? There's a couple. Oh, the one that everybody hated, the all prim and proper. The hell's her name?
Oh, the chick that wore all pink. Oh, I forget her fucking name.
Yeah, but she's still around.
Mm.
I can't remember her name. Yeah, she was. You're a great actor if people fucking hate you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Like the guy that played Malfoy, everybody hated his ass.
Everybody hated him. Yeah.
Joffrey was a great example. He got death threats.
Yeah, for real. That's how you know.
But the guy who played Malfoy, Tom Felton, he was on the Flash.
Yeah, he got
Like,
a
Yeah,
game.
Jay was good on the Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as Harry Potter ended, he was immediately on the Flash. He was on for like 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty interesting. But yeah, some of the other teachers are still around.
That's good. I'll have to watch that reunion shit. It's been a minute. Anybody else? You got?
No, that's all I got.
God damn. All right, man. We back up in there. Blue is in the wind, not feeling well. We wish him the best. And hopefully he'll be back on with us next goddamn week.
Dolores Umbridge. That was that bitch's name.
There you go. That's his name.
There
Yes,
you go.
That's like that's basically the Ultra Karen. That's the Karen's final form right there is Umbridge.
Oh yeah, Karen with powers. That's terrible. Actually.
God damn. All right, man. We got a whole bunch of fucking shit to go over this week. God damn it.
We do.
You want to start it off? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll start off with one that I have to go check on my kid. But actually, where do you want to start? We can do. I don't even know if I want to talk about Ye anymore because
let's
he's
save his
just
dumb ass.
god damn. So
Yeah, we started last week with him.
It's fucking
What
sad.
what about I mean, we had some interesting controversial news. I don't know what you guys' take on it is. The Bayonetta 3 voice actress that does the voice of the witch. Bayonetta, she was in the first 2 games. Look up her name for me, old ninja or somebody, so we can put her out there. But she made a surprising announcement just before the release of Bayonetta 3 that I think Nintendo owns Bayonetta, right?
Yeah, it's exclusive now. It's Jennifer Hale is her name.
Well,
okay.
Wait, hold on. Jennifer Hale is the replacement.
Oh, she's the
original.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, because Jennifer Hale.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Jennifer Hale is most people love her because she's the voice of Femship in Mass Effect.
Helena Taylor.
There you go.
There you go.
So she was the voice from the very first 2 Bayonetta games. Again, iconic voice, iconic character. Everybody loves Bayonetta. I get it. But she put them on blast. And she said they paid me or offered to pay me after negotiations stalled $4,000 total. And this is a game that sold quite well. Both of the first games sold quite well. And she was like, nope, that won't cover the rent. That won't pay to put food on the table. I'm not doing it. And she overtly on social media, I think on Twitter, maybe Instagram, maybe both, was asking for a boycott from the Bayonetta fans. This was interesting. What do y'all think about this shit?
Yeah, I think, like, if you look at the numbers, okay, like $4,000, and basically it's like, if you were spending 100 hours on it, you're only getting paid, $100, like, what is it, $40 an hour? And I don't think I think it would take way more than, 100 hours to voice act a game. Like, I would think it would be more in the realm of like 300 plus, to really voice act a game and to have $4,000 as, for a franchise that it's no slouch, it's a AAA title. I don't think anybody can argue that. Even though it's, a Nintendo exclusive at this point, but still, I mean, people know her in her sexy ass voice with that sexy ass character. So I think that's kind of a slap in the face to offer that to that voice actress, man. That's really fun. I don't know in general how much they get paid, but it doesn't make sense to me that they would get paid less than, $50 an hour to be honest with you. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't be feasible for them to really do it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's an insultingly low amount of money, at least on the surface. And again, I'm not, just like you mentioned, Kronos, I'm not a super expert on the going rate for voice actors for video games, but that just on its surface seems low-ish. Not for a side character, for the main character's voice. But old Ninja, what you got on here? You love gaming and whatnot. What you think?
Okay, yeah, I looked it up. Holy shit! Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's. I would say the amount of hours put in is even more than what Kronos was talking about, because you're working probably 12-hour days on like 4 to 5 days a week, maybe, or maybe even 6 days a week. and they're only offering so much for the lead. You are the voice of the main actress that is the main character that's selling this game. That will eventually sell millions, millions of copies for all these fans, and you're only going to pay them, probably less than the bare minimum, because they probably didn't think it was in their budget or whatnot. I don't know. This is a Capcom game, is it not?
No, it's no
No,
longer Capcom.
it's Platinum Games.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a Platinum
and
game.
I think
Okay.
it's published by Nintendo, but
It is published by Nintendo, yes, but I wasn't sure who the developers were because I could have sworn, but yeah, Platinum does the Devil May Cry. So
yes.
yeah, okay. So
And Bayonetta feels like a female version of Devil May Cry in some ways, but it has its own unique gameplay and aesthetic.
yeah, she uses her hair as a fucking as a as a dress, and then she goes naked.
Yep.
So it's kind of fucking weird. It's just I don't know. Nintendo as the public, well, I guess they're not the developers. So the developers, Platinum Games, they should know ahead of time what their characters are worth. I don't understand why they would lowball. It was just kind of weird to me. I mean, if you think about the talent that other studios hire for their games, for instance, Horizon Zero Dawn. So I don't know if y'all know, but Angela Bassett's in that game,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a Academy Award nominated woman, Academy Award nominated actress, who's in
Hmm.
billion-dollar films such as Black Panther. Do you think they're going to offer that actress that amount of money? I highly doubt it.
Yeah, so I'm looking up, this actress and like her boot. So she hasn't done a lot since 2014. But that still kind of doesn't matter because she's done a lot of work up until that point. I mean, she was in, she's done a lot of voice acting. She did voice acting for Pirates of the Caribbean, Stargate, Atlantis, Dragon Age, all the Bayonettas, including the Super Smash Brothers. So she wasn't exactly like a new voice actor. She has credits going all the way back to like 1992. So that's a pretty long career. And I was looking up like the rates, and basically they do normally 4 hours a day if she's with SAG-AFTRA, and the rates for that are actually they're not bad. It was like, what was it they were saying? For up to 3 voices, 4 hours a day, it's $956 for 4 hours a day. And if you're a single voice, it's $478.50 for one voice. That's the starting rate, and that's more than fucking $40 an hour. So
You know what? You know what this kind of reeks of, and this is pure speculation, but maybe that publisher and or studio gave her an insultingly low offer because they truly didn't want her to sign back on for some other reasons.
yeah, well, but like I said, she hasn't been working for a while, so maybe there's something else there. Because like I could see, I was on IMDb. There's a clear cutoff since 2014. She hasn't really done shit. So maybe there's something else going on we don't know about. But on face value, it looks pretty fucked up. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, again, it sounds like something was going on behind the scenes. They don't like this woman, one way or another, because they doing some dirt with her or whatever. But the other thing I want to be really clear on, I don't believe fucking weebs will boycott. I really don't. I think,
Bayonetta.
huh?
It's Bayonetta.
Yeah, I think weebs want to play their sexy witch game. I think people are gonna, in general, shrug it off, and I think they're gonna be like, my sexy witch that I like to play with, and that's my waifu. She might sound a little different from game number 1 and game number 2, but no, they'll just shrug it off and buy it anyway. There's going to be less than 1% that will not buy the game based on what she's saying. Go ahead.
So I disagree, and I'm gonna come with some big hitters really quick. First of all, for the people that are screaming at their listening device at us, because Devil May Cry is developed by Capcom. It is not by Platinum Games. Two separate companies.
Hold on.
Capcom.
Capcom. Hold on. Wait, just 1 second. Devil May Cry is a Capcom, but we're talking about Bayonetta.
I know, but I had asked earlier if Devil May Cry is made by Platinum.
Oh,
Yeah. So you might have heard me. You heard me say Capcom before, but I threw in some words really quickly. You might have missed it. But,
okay, gotcha.
but, but Devil May Cry is a Capcom game. It
Yep.
is developed by Ninja Theory as well as Capcom Studio 4. So there's multiple studios working on that game. Platinum Games is the only one working on Bayonetta 3. I don't know if the original. I don't know if the original Bayonetta might have been Capcom, but Part 3 is
I don't
definitely
think. Nah, you look that up. I don't think this was ever a Capcom. I think
okay.
it had that look, but I don't think so. But
So,
look it up to be sure.
yeah, while we're going, but I'm gonna say, look what happened with um, The Last of Us Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
That got all kinds of heat, all because of the content of what people thought was supposed to be in the game or what they weren't paying attention to, and that's when the
True.
game finished. When you actually change behind the scene and how the game is played, and you get a different voice than what you're expecting, that could literally take you out. You could be like, look what it did for you in the Super Mario trailer. When you're, oh, this is like Mario. It still don't sound like Super Mario. And now you're hesitant to watch the film. If you do this to someone's game when they're spending $60, $70, you're going to be hesitant because you're like, oh, this doesn't sound like the Bayonetta I played part one, two, back in the day, because it's been a couple years between the sequels.
Yeah, it
So
has. But I think what you're underestimating, old ninja, and I don't disagree with you. It's a good perspective, but I think you're underestimating the horniness of weebs. Like
mm-mm,
this is
mm-mm,
one of
not even.
this is one of those games that weebs like because it's sexy witch girl. And remember, God of War 2018 had a brand new voice actor. What's homeboy from Stargate was the voice actor for the very first time in it as Kratos, and you know, the old actor, whatever, the one from Living Single, I forget his name.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little butthurt, but he wasn't, calling for a boycott.
Uh, uh,
Even if he had, I don't think people would have boycotted it.
he showed his support because it's another fellow African American actor. He tweeted out, good luck to him, because he felt that his time as Kratos came to an end with God of War 3. And he
Mm,
also did the two PSP games.
yep.
So they came out with a new God of War. Everyone had different expectations for it because they knew God of War 3 ended one chapter, a new chapter started with a new actor. So they knew that Kratos was older. He had a kid. He didn't have a
Well, don't.
kid in Part
Well,
3.
just don't forget Ascension though was after God of War 3.
Still, that was still
Yeah,
part of like that whole. I can't remember the actor's name, but he's good at. He kind of looks like Orlando Jones, but he's
he
not.
does.
He's
He does.
but
But
with the horny weebs thing, think of it this way. Imagine if your Fudazaria all of a sudden talked with like I don't know, British accent. Are you still gonna watch her videos or not?
I mean, how much food, how many food loads is she dumping? That's what I ask. You know what
I
I
mean,
mean? Like,
it's not going to be the same though. You're not going to. You probably won't get full girth knowing that it's
mm,
not the same as the shit that you were jerking off to. And it's going to be the same for the Bayonetta weebs who are like, okay, I was stroking to this way back in the day. Now this is different. I'm not used to this. I was expecting this to complete this trilogy, and now I'm getting something different. It's taking me out of my experience. Now I don't know how to feel about this. Now I don't know. This doesn't feel like Bayonetta to me. Now it feels like a different game. Now I'm going to either return it or not even support it, despite the fact that it's sexy and she's got guns for shoes and whatnot. If it feels like something completely different, look what happened to Metroid Prime 3.
mm.
Metroid Prime, when she was crying about her boyfriend and shit, that got universally panned. People hated that. That shit was like $10 within a first month.
You're talking about another M?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit was trash.
exactly.
What do you
So,
think, Kronos? Are your weebs, horny weebs, for their witch girl, witch waifu? Are they going to listen to the former actress, voice actress, or are they just going to purchase their horny witch game?
I don't think this is. I mean, I haven't heard the voice of the new actress yet, so I haven't really. I don't really know how it's gonna pan out, but I don't think it's gonna really matter to the sales at all. Unfortunately, for the for the voice actors because it was way too late. I mean, she's talking about it a couple of weeks before the release date, and I don't think most people are going to care. She could have talked about it a long time ago, and then maybe it would have mattered more. But I mean, this isn't going to bomb anything. I mean, like most people, unfortunately. I would like to say that people play games and they're really attached to voice actors, but I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5 fucking threw that shit out the window, didn't it?
Sure
Remember
did.
when it was David Hayter or that was the original Metal Gear Solid, right?
David Hayter.
Then Kiefer, I think it was Kiefer Sutherland, right? Wasn't he the one who replaced him?
Exactly.
And he did a fucking fantastic job. Nobody can argue that. We were all doubting that shit. I was just like, we're all like, oh, I don't know, but we were still gonna play the game. So, yeah.
Yeah, and earlier I mentioned, Stargate guy from God of War in 2018 God of War, and obviously he's the new Kratos. But there's been a few times when we've gotten some drastic changes from core main characters in terms of the voice acting, and as long as the gameplay and the graphics and the fun factor and all that other stuff is there in general, and it has good reviews in general, people tend to fucking support,
Yeah,
that's been the rule of thumb.
And that really sucks because, I mean, like we said, I mean, voice actors do, a lot of good work, but it's pretty rare that, these companies pick a worse voice actor. It's pretty, like, I can't really think of a time where, like, the game came out where they replaced a voice actor. Oh, hold on. I got to pause because it was to do with the movie. It's fucking Mario Brothers. God damn it. So this is a perfect example of how it goes the wrong way. They took Mario. And now it's Chris Pratt, but it's mainly because Chris Pratt is not voice acting in the show. He's just talking like Chris Pratt. He's not talking like Mario, and it takes you out of the whole experience, especially when you have like we said last week when you have Jack Black coming hard as fuck as Bowser, and then you get Chris Pratt as Chris Pratt. It's like, come on, man.
I had no clue that Jack Black was going to do so well as Bowser. That voice fucking works.
He's a really talented guy.
Yeah.
He really is. I mean, do you ever watch that one, the new Jumanji?
Which one? They had two.
Yeah. Either one of them, like where he was like one of the characters, and in the first one he had to play like the female character. He nailed that shit. He nailed it. Like he was hilarious.
Agreed. Yeah. So we will see.
Yeah, I will say on and to further strengthening, even though I know I was talking about the flip side, how this can negatively impact, because there are some people that do follow the voice actors. For one, Jennifer Hale, she has a huge following. She has a very large body of work, and she's especially with Mass Effect, she's garnered a huge amount of fans. She's in Halo. She's in a bunch of stuff where she's just collected just a huge soiree of fans that follow what she does, and so they're probably going to gravitate to this to see how she does, just for the heck of it. So
yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see. When does Bayonetta 3 drop?
I think it's like next week. I'm pretty sure.
What?
I'm pretty sure. Let's see.
I mean, it fits with this whole fucking Halloween spooky season. It's a witch.
Hang on.
They're looking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's like next week. I think it's October 28th.
28th.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right around Halloween. That's a good release date. It's after Call of Duty.
So check
God of War.
Yeah,
but it's also. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the first Bayonetta was out October 29th, back in 2009.
Yep.
Yeah, and like this Friday it's Gotham Knights. So I'm actually because I'm going to Austin, Texas, and I was wondering if it's going to play on my Steam Deck. I really don't know. I'm kind of nervous because I haven't bought a game full price that I didn't know was going to play on the Steam Deck. I bought some that were discounted and I got to work, but this one is one of the ones where I'm just like, I don't know. So we'll see. I want to play it on the PS5 as well, but I want to play the game. I just want to play it as soon as possible.
Yeah. So didn't they? Old Nudge, you were telling me. I think it was when we were in voice chat or whatever about some new news with Gotham Knights that some modes or something. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So the game is co-op, 2-player co-op, but you can play single player. But it's built for single player co-op through the story. But in early to mid November, they're dropping a 4-player co-op mode. I guess it's a multiplayer mode. It's not part of the story. I guess it's going to be kind of like the old Batman games when they did shit. What do they call it? The harm room. Like they're like harm rooms from Marvel, but they're for Batman. I forgot what they call them.
You're talking about the danger room, old ninja, the danger room. Yeah, nerds gonna get
No,
mad as
well,
fuck right now.
no, because in Avengers they call them harm rooms.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you're gonna be able to squad up like all 4 characters and play with your squad and just beat up bad guys. So
Wait, you're saying in the Avengers game they called it the harm room?
yeah, they call them harm rooms.
Oh, shit.
If you're on a helicarrier, you can start a harm room and then practice your skills.
Dude, they should have just borrowed from the X-Men. The danger room
Danger
just sounds
room.
better. That shit rolls off the tongue. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the harm room sounds like you might not get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying.
The whack ass name, Avengers. Fuck. Yeah.
But yeah, a 4-player mode will be out pretty early during the game's release, so it'll be weeks after. Most people will probably beat it in the first 2 weeks or whatever, but then you'll be able to play some 4-player like beat 'em up with your squad. So that's gonna be fun. So everyone can pick their character or whatnot. I'm excited. So
The thing that I want people to remember for what was it, Arkham Knights, like that launched. Some people had their issues with the Batmobile, and I get all of that, but they kept adding fucking content to that game for like 2 full years afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. This is a great game.
Yeah, like they supported for a single player Batman game. They supported the shit out of that for a long time. It might have been even 2.5 years. But because I started it up again a few years back, and I was like, God damn, it's nothing but DLC on here.
Yeah, they had like Catwoman. Yeah. And Azrael, I think too. A bunch of them.
Yep.
yeah, there's a bunch because there was a DLC story where you could be Batgirl.
Mhm.
Then they had a if you pre-ordered, you can play as Harley Quinn. So she had her own semi-story thing, and same with if you beat
Nightwing.
the game, no, you could be Red Hood because you couldn't be
Okay.
Red Hood until you beat the game. So you could be Red Hood after he had his own. I mean, they weren't story missions, sort of. They were just like kill rooms. You just beat up people and then it ends. But it had a bunch of stuff, and they kept adding a bunch of people. They added a shit ton of like racing fucking maps and a bunch of skins and shit. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, we'll see. So that drops what, tomorrow or Friday?
It
Next
drops on
Tuesday?
the 21st, so 2 days. Drops in 2 days.
Yeah.
Shit. We will fucking see with that one now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
Can we,
Where else do I want to
Can
go?
we talk about Chainsaw Man, please, God? We need to talk about Chainsaw Man.
Go ahead. I still did not see it quite yet. But go
Okay,
ahead.
so I'm not going to spoil it because I think it literally came out. It came out yesterday because it's Chainsaw Man Tuesdays. All right, so I can't spoil it. Those are gonna be the days to watch Chainsaw Man. I think Bleach might drop on either Monday or Tuesday. I don't fucking know, but I watch Bleach as well, which is also good. But Chainsaw Man is the shit. This was like hands down one of the funniest episodes of anime I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, and I've seen a lot of anime. I was working, and Patrick actually hit me up. He asked if I watched Chainsaw Man. He said he had to pause. He was laughing so hard, and I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" So I started watching it, and it was like it was funny, and then it gets to a point to where I had to like stop too, and I couldn't stop fucking because this dude. I'll just say this dude. He's all about them titties. All right. And I was not prepared on like how thirsty this dude was. Denji is one thirsty ass motherfucker. He don't even care. He will do anything to get some titties, like eventually. And it's just funny because you get kind of a little bit more into the character of like realizing just how fucking poor this dude was before the events of episode 1, and now him getting some sort of like normalcy in life. Like for him, just eating bread with jam is the shit. Like that to him, that's a 10 out of 10 day for him. And it's just like, and so now everything else is just extra. And it's so funny to watch this poor dude just kind of come up to like just like the lower, like the lowest rung, but having like enough money to basically fucking survive. and now I have to sell your nuts and your eyeballs and shit. Like,
Well, remember, like even in the first episode, I still need to see the second one, but he was broke as fuck, like you said, selling fucking body parts and shit. And it seemed like he never got any play. Like he seemed like he basically, spoiler alert from the first episode, died a virgin. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he said
and
someday he wanted to get with a woman.
In life, you're gonna want some fucking titties. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you that right now.
You cannot. I can't even like the lengths that he goes to is just, and like the amount that it's on his mind is so fucking funny. Like,
Love it. I love it. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna stay up late. I'm gonna watch that fucking shit tonight. I can't believe I missed yesterday.
You gotta be laughing.
I haven't seen that level of titty loving since Desert Punk.
I remember that one. That was a good one.
That was the level, and it grew, but Desert Punk was like, he couldn't function if he saw titties.
Yes.
And he was like, he would do whatever he needed to do to get to them. So this dude kind of does the same thing, but like Prodigy said, he's young and he came from nothing. Like he literally, like in this episode, he's literally tasting peanut butter and jelly for like the first time. So
I love it.
Bruh, the way he fights human beings, that's where I had to pause. And I laughed so fucking hard. Like when he fights a person in an alleyway, I'm not going to give it away, but the way he fights humans, I had to pause and I couldn't stop fucking laughing. Especially when it happened again, I was just like, bruh, he does not fuck around. He doesn't fuck around.
All right.
Fucking wild. I just wasn't ready. I thought I was expecting, all craziness, but not this kind. It went super etchy. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I had to do an adjustment and realize what was going on, but I don't know. I was expecting just more blood and guts. This one went super etchy. So I was like,
shout out to manga weebs, because like they kept loudly proclaiming this is going to be the fucking shit. Once they animate this one, it's going to be fucking great. And the hype was building all year long, because I was like, I don't read a whole lot of manga and whatnot, but they were like promoting it and hyping it up long before there was even a fucking trailer on this. And I kept hearing the buzz, and lo and behold, here it is living up to the fucking hype. So I'm fucking happy for that, man.
So you should be happy for that next one that they've been hyping up. Dick Fight Island. That's gonna be your new shit.
Hey, look, you know what I mean? A good anime is a good anime.
You know that anime is coming. They've been loud about it. You have Barnes and Noble, like literally showcasing this anime, even though they seal it like they should. It's sealed. It's cellophane, but they put like they literally say it's a good story. I'm like, these dudes are fighting with anime dicks. Like seriously, like what is happening here?
Dick Fight Island, man, for real. You never know.
It's just a matter of time before it's on Crunchyroll or even Hulu.
What was the other one? What was the other one that was the equivalent one with women where they were fighting with titties and asses?
Kaijo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, with the butt fighting girls. Yeah. That was my shit, man. I love that. They would get on these little platforms in the water, and it was a sports one. It was competitive. And they'd fight with titties, they'd fight with hips, they'd fight with booties and whatnot. And they'd have combos and shit and tag teams. That shit was fire. I loved every minute of it.
Wow.
Let me recommend something pretty strongly. Netflix got a series. Yeah, not interspecies reviewers. You should have already watched that.
I'm like, here we go. I was waiting for it. I was like, oh, more interspecies.
You know the slime girls are never gonna stop. But Intergalactic. There's no fucking in there. Just Intergalactic.
Yeah.
Kid Cudi and Kenya Barris. I think he did the executive producing. Man, they put their whole fucking foot into this. This is on Netflix, and it's like maybe an hour-long movie, but it's cut into parts and goes like it coincides with Kid Cudi's latest album. So if you like Kid Cudi, Pursuit of Happiness and all the other hits and whatnot, this is gonna be your fucking shit. If you liked Spider-Verse, this is gonna be your fucking shit. It has that kind of look-ish, not quite as on par as like Spider-Verse, because that was meant for the big screen and whatnot, but it has a lot of that going on. It's a New York kind of vibe. They got Jessica Williams as the lead co-star with Kid Cudi. And it's just all the way around a good New York fucking story and shit with a whole bunch of psychedelic shit in it. Check it out because it's like getting rave reviews. I was a little skeptical at first. I was like, if it's like a movie soundtrack, it's probably not gonna be. Nah, it's legit, solid as fuck. I think it's like sitting at 95 with the critics and with the audience or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes. Trust your boy Prodigy on this one. Watch this one. I watched it with Mishka probably like Saturday night. We both loved it. You know what I mean? I might even watch this one again, even though it's recent. I may watch it again.
You can't break it, man. No, it's got no nostalgia yet. Can't do it.
check that shit out. The other one I keep hearing about, I haven't watched it yet. Has anybody seen this Interview with a Vampire series?
I was about to watch the other day, but I didn't get a chance to. I almost did.
Okay. I think we'll save it for next week. I'm hearing some people absolutely fucking love it, in terms of like some old people who used to love like the back in the day of True Blood say that it's pretty decent, but let me see it for myself.
Well,
anyway.
No, I mean the books were excellent, and then like the old movie with Brad Pitt and what's the other guy's name?
Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, and Tom Cruise, yeah. And that movie always had a special place in my heart because I think I said it before on the podcast, but like the beginning of the movie is like where my stepdad's old clothing shop was. They literally filmed the interview where his clothing shop would eventually be like a couple years later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, because Christian Slater's in that scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's like literally every time when I went in there, I was like, this is where they filmed that movie.
Yeah, we'll see it. Supposedly not Lestat, but the other vamp is a black actor, and it takes place in a different time period. It takes place in the
1910s.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's on AMC. I'm gonna check that shit out because folks was all raving and crazy about it and whatnot. So let me see what it is. I need a good vampire story in my life. Anyway, where you want to go?
G4 is going to be gone again.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's all that.
And I think we all know exactly why it's going away. Well, the main reason, and it's something that I actually kind of agreed with at the time, but yeah, that kind of fucked up, I guess, all the fans. Is when Frost went on that rant about sexism, and then they were just like, "Well, most of your viewers are dudes, and they don't like getting called out for shit." So, yeah.
Wait, tell me about this. What happened? Who?
So Frost had a really long rant about like sexism and getting harassed online for not being hot enough, and just like really fucked up sexist shit. And she just kind of went off on just dudes that were doing that to her, and it was not taken well by the viewers, who are mostly guys.
She was she was getting harassed with people calling her ugly or hitting on her.
No, calling her ugly and like saying she wasn't hot enough, and then like all this, typical, sexist bullshit.
Yeah,
and she just had to address it at some point.
Dude, some of the shit that she talked about was actually pretty fucked up. Because like, dudes were like telling her shit about you should be just jerking me off, or you should be in the kitchen. Just like she got like both extremes. It was pretty bad,
and this was like in game chats or also in the chats for G4.
Oh,
it's G4, yeah.
G4, and it was while they're live sometimes.
Oh,
but it was also when they were gaming and reviewing a game, or when they were doing what's their equivalent of IGN's like version shit. Now I can't even think of it either. But IGN's Fix. They had like a version of it, and it was kind of live. And I made comments on that when she reviewed a game, and some dudes would talk about how they'd like eat her asshole when she's just talking about a game. She didn't say nothing sexual really, and all these dudes would just say some super trolly shit. So she went off on him. So yeah,
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah. I knew her face, but I didn't know her name. I'm seeing it now. So that was recently, and then there was a folding?
It was months ago, and that's kind of like it was the start of like the end. and that's kind of like I think viewership went down after that, and now Comcast has dropped them from being on, actual cable and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. And you can't run. I mean, unless your goal is to have like a totally different marketing campaign, which is to be on YouTube only and streaming only. I mean, you're not going to be able to have that large of a staff if you're not going to be on cable TV. And so that's why they've already laid off a bunch of people. And then it was kind of fucked up because she said that she put out a tweet that she was one of the ones that made it, and then like a week later she got cut. And then yeah, I don't think I got to look, but they haven't put out a new video in a minute. And it's sad because a lot of their segments like I really liked, even like her rant and like a lot of her gaming reviews were actually really insightful. I liked them. And it's just messed up that if somebody gets harassed that much and they finally respond to it, and then there's a backlash like this, and it's just like we can't have nice things, man. Even though, I mean, it's not saying that she's like the greatest fucking reviewer ever, but she didn't deserve that, and I don't think G4 deserved any of that either.
Was this like visible to the viewers in terms of like the ugliness online? Like the chat was like,
I mean, you could read the chat. I mean,
Yeah,
when somebody's live, you can read the chat. I mean,
okay, gotcha.
just like right now, like if somebody types, like we've had it before here, where people would like put the N word and all that shit, in the chat, and we mute them or whatever, put them in timeout or whatever. But you see it enough, and if I'm not saying she's thin-skinned. I don't think she is at all, but if you see it enough, I mean, it's gonna get to you. So it could get to you. So
but
there you
still,
go.
there's just a lot of inappropriate shit for gaming because she tried to keep it on topic, and dudes are just thinking with their dick and just literally is just like, and I guess she talked about some people tried to like send her inappropriate pics and shit like in her private like social media stuff. So it's not a good look.
All bad, all bad.
yeah,
Well,
and even if you go on YouTube and you just put in G4, it has like the first thing that comes up is a Frost rant.
wow.
So and I don't even see. Yeah, I can't even find the fucking channel now. Like, what the fuck? Did they delete that shit off fucking YouTube now too?
Damn, did they? All I know is it must really fucking suck because they fought hard as shit to bring it back, like the whole channel. Remember, we talked about it for years on here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here they are. Yeah, the last stream was like 5 days ago. So they used to be daily, multiple streams a day.
That shit is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad. I don't know. Are we able to know how many people work there? Because
I don't know. I'm pretty sure someone's got the number.
Yeah,
I think if you read the articles about them, I think they give the total. I think they give the total of how many got laid off so far and how many are left. So that'll give you an idea.
Damn.
So I know 45 got laid off. So.
All right. Old Ninja, did you already talk about this Twitch adult actress, right?
Oh no, we didn't talk about that. This
yeah,
happened
you happy as fuck.
Yeah,
this is a messed up story, man.
It is. It's kind of messed up, but the thing is, this kind of slightly ties into the whole Frost thing.
Oh, okay.
So we have Frost, who's a gamer, right? Who's a legit gamer, who's commenting on games, and then we have TwitchCon, which was last week or last weekend, and we have a streamer. I'm using air quotes. Streamer who was popular, very popular in another industry before she retired and became a full-time streamer. And that was Adriana Chechik, who, as a lot of guys kept commenting, she did adult movies, adult films. And
now you got to be wait. You got to be way more descriptive of that. Were they gangbangs? Were they bukkake vids? Come on now.
All of the
above. See her body of work.
Yeah. All of the above, Prodigy, and then some.
Was she ever in Blacked or
I mean, Black.com, of course.
Okay. All right.
I just said all of the above, which includes she was one of the top 10 adult film actresses that for like 5 years. She was
Nice.
always in the top 10. She pretty much, I guess, from her did it all. So to give you an example, one of the things she did, she used to do a thing on Twitter, which she'd be like, find Adriana. So what she would do, she would post that she was at a rave. If you could find her, she would suck you off right at the
God
rave.
damn. That's
So
bold as fuck.
so that's how she started. That's what she would do for her fans, and then she transitioned that into like a fuck a fan um, type of event, where if you got your test, filled out a non-disclosure, then she would
I was gonna
hook up with
say that sounds like a really quick way to have fire coming out of your dick. I'm just saying.
you. You gotta have a non-disclosure. And if you, there's a podcast I listen to where she's on. It's called the Holly Randall uh, um, podcast, and she talks about her thing. What she did, she had on her phone an NDA where you would read and sign with your finger and submit it. So she would have your credentials, and then she had an STD test she would carry with her in her backpack. She would swab your fucking mouth, do the test, and get the result within like 20 minutes, and then go to town.
Damn. Well, all
So
right. I mean, she dotted her eyes and
yeah,
crossed her T's
she apparently she
and
was
sucked
one
some
of the
D's.
yes. And so she talks about on her cast on the Holly Randall experience about how she set that up and how that evolved into just straight on fucking fans and stuff. So she had a built-in audience. So at TwitchCon, apparently she's retired from the porn industry. She jumped into a like a foam,
Pit.
yeah, foam pit, and she lands in the pit, and it looks like she's okay. So everyone kind of rushes to her. They say, "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?" So yeah, I'm okay. And then she kind of like tomato bugs or pincher bug, whatever, curls into a little ball, starts kind of crying. And like, okay, and this one of the girls like, "No, she's okay. She's okay." He's like, "No," she's like, "No, I'm not okay." So she broke her tailbone and part of her back, I guess, or just her tailbone. She broke her back in three places. What they were saying, I think she broke her tailbone into three pieces. So, and it's all caught on tape. And then she actually, I don't know if she live streamed, but she did a video in the hospital about her X-rays and what had happened. And it's like it's a foam pit. Like that pit should not be that hard to where you break
It
bone.
was really shallow. That was the
Yeah.
problem. It was like super shallow. Also, as an adult, as we age, you probably shouldn't be jumping ass first into anything. Just
So
except for maybe
Well,
water.
when you watch her do the jump, she does like a cheerleading jump. So she does a jump where she spreads her legs and lands on her ass, and then it's all bad.
yeah, that sounds like it wasn't set up. I mean, she's not not that it mattered at all, but she's probably a shapely, but
She's pretty thin.
yeah, pretty thin. Like, if it can happen to her, then it probably wasn't safe to begin with all that much
Oh
for
yeah,
most.
there was other people there that got injured
Oh,
from the
yeah.
same phone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she's not the one that was injured. And the thing was, since this is TwitchCon, this was live. So you
Mm-hmm.
watch her break her back live on fucking Twitch. It was all kind of bad. I know there's a lot of guys talking about, oh, I've seen guys break her back with less effort. Not
I was gonna say there's a porn joke
yeah,
there. I wasn't gonna say it.
yeah, there's a bunch of there's a ton of porn jokes on the vid, and even on like if you can watch it on Twitter, you can watch it on YouTube, and there's a bunch of comics about how they saw like some of them give out porn star names like I saw this dude break her back,
It's
but
just fucked up because spinal injuries are they're not cool. I fucked up my neck a
yeah,
while back and I'm still not right from it. So
yeah, I
it's
mean,
just terrible.
and it's your tailbone, like you sit down on your tailbone, so
She
it's
sat
all
down
kind
on some dicks too. Sorry.
yeah. See,
We're not gonna escape this, are we?
no, it started too late. But yeah, this is live. Very very popular porn star slash streamer. She's like Sasha Grey now. Sasha Grey don't fuck on film no more, but she's been on Twitch for years, so same
Yeah.
thing.
Such a great games. I didn't know that.
Oh, she's been a gamer.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you know why? Because she games on games that you do not like.
No, like which ones? Pokemon and shit.
Journey.
Animal Crossing.
Oh, Animal Crossing.
Oh.
That was good.
Animal Crossing. Yeah, that's her game, dude. She twitches that for hours,
Oh, good shit.
hours and hours.
But she ain't showing any snaps though, more though.
She does play other games, but she
That's not what he's
loves
asking, bro.
Yeah. He
You heard what he
wanted
said.
to hear.
I heard it said, dude, if you really want to see her throw that thing, there's plenty of her content out.
There you go. Yeah, no, I mean, in all seriousness, I don't like seeing fucking people get injured and whatnot when they're just trying to do some fun shit and all that. I've been to TwitchCon when it was in San Jose. You know, this one was in San Diego. I didn't go, but yeah, Twitch got plenty of money. They're owned by Amazon. You need to have fucking safe ass shit for people who, you know, are jumping into a foam pit. Like, of course you're going to jump into it. Like, you know, make sure it's safe. Have that extra padding underneath. You don't want fucking people getting injured. So someone fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it must not have been foam or some shit. It was fucking.
No, it was foam. It was just super shallow. It was
You
like
need more
putting. Yeah, they needed it needed to be deeper to put in more foam.
or extra squishy.
No, I mean if it was extra squishy, it wouldn't have mattered. You could be extra squishy if it's if it's only like 12 inches deep, and then it's hard underneath. It doesn't matter how fucking squishy it is. You're just gonna.
I do it.
Ah, god damn it! You can't escape
yeah,
it.
it's
escape
nothing you
it.
can do.
All right, you got me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for her that her back got broken out, not by not by those means, but by a foam pit live on Twitch. So like hundreds of thousands of people saw this. So hopefully we get a speedy recovery. Hopefully she's not like irreparably damaged for the rest of her life. Twitch is gonna have to pay out.
No,
Yeah, dude.
She probably didn't even sue.
Yep.
Not yet. Yeah, I'd say if she has permanent damage, them lawyers is coming.
Yeah, man. I seen them lawyers on TV, injury attorneys.
Yeah, but usually if you do anything like that, you have to sign like some sort of form.
Waiver.
Yeah. But you still got to do things safe, if you're dealing with the public. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I hope for a speedy recovery. I need to see more of her work.
Yeah, she's retired, and if she wasn't before, she definitely is now.
Yeah. I mean,
they got disabled porn. That's all the rage now.
Oh my god, fucking dude!
The horniness don't stop. Come on now, we know that.
You're like Denji.
I mean, dude, if you see her work, you're gonna be stuck there for like hours and hours. You're like, ooh, you don't get no work done.
See, here's the other thing though. We live in a great time. She could do voice acting work on Interspecies Reviewer Season 2.
Oh my!
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness!
You know what it is.
I didn't see that one coming.
You weren't ready for it. You wasn't ready for it at all.
Just like you were ready for these raids, I wasn't ready.
What y'all gaming on? Let's get into some games and shit. Old Ninja, what you playing right now?
You know what I'm playing. You know I'm on that Destiny grind. Destiny just released their Halloween seasonal event yesterday, so people have been going hard to try to get all the special stuff. They have like a crossover with Gundam. So they have Gundam Skins. I got one of them because I had enough like material to get it. So I was like, "Oh, this sounds
Are they
cool."
only for the Titan?
No, they're for each one. They're for each one. Each class has their own specific, like Gundam skin. So I got one. The Titan one looks kind of closer to like the Mobile Suit Gundam. He looks like Optimus. If you get the right skin color, he looks like a fucking Autobot. And it's awesome. So. They also have like one of the snipers. It looks like one of the fucking Gundam weapons. They even have the sound from the show in the fucking weapon. So it's fucking crazy. It's been kind of fun. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, this is kind of like last year. But if you didn't partake last year, it's kind of a fun event this year. There's a bunch of free weapons. There's a bunch of free stuff. It's a little goofy, They got like giant creatures with pumpkin heads. You got to shoot the heads off of them. And they pop. You get a bunch of stuff and it's been fun. It's a fun little event. It lasts for like a month. It's like 20 something days. So I've been doing that, trying to get the squad to raid. I think everyone's kind of involved with the event. I'm definitely getting this Gotham Knights this weekend. Like I've been watching more combat gameplay. It looks even cleaner. It looks even more visceral. The fact that I can squad up with anybody because it's cross-platform, multi-generational. Even though on the consoles, I guess they're locking it to 30 frames per second. I think that
Yeah,
includes current gen as well. It's a
I don't
little
know if people are
weird.
complaining about that. I'm just like,
I don't
most people are okay. Let's two things. First of all, most people don't own a fucking TV that can support 6 frames per second. So they just don't. Most people don't even fucking own 4K TVs. Most people don't even own next generation consoles. Let's just be fucking real honest here.
Yep.
So people are just like, oh, it's only 30 frames. That shit, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah, you're not going to even notice.
yeah, it's basically cinema quality. 6 frames per second is okay, I guess, but most people, I mean, yeah, your preferences, I guess, when you have the option, but most people, you can't really tell the difference. So
Mm-hmm.
you really can't, because most things that you watch is in 30 frames or 24, to be honest. It's cooler to watch things in higher resolution, or I'm sorry, in higher frame rates when it's like sports and sometimes gaming as well. But also sometimes it gets rid of that cinematic feel to it, which games you don't really need always. You know, the realistic feel or the cinematic feel. I guess it just depends on how you like it, but that's not a detriment to the fucking game because we've been using 30 frames per second for
decades.
for decades. So nobody should really give a shit.
Not only that, I would sacrifice frame rate for fucking gameplay. If I'm able to play with my friends and have everything be fucking smooth, I would much rather take that than like, oh, this is really pretty. It's gonna look good. I don't know why people are freaking out. You're gonna like it. It's gonna. The previous Batman games were at 30 frames. Actually, maybe Arkham Knight might have been at 60.
No, it wasn't
Maybe.
at 60 because
Yeah. So.
the PS4 wasn't. The PS4 Pro
Yeah,
could do
I was
60,
gonna
but
say.
Oh yeah.
there were hardly any games that PS4 Pro that were at 60.
So then there you go. It's gonna look like the previous Batman games. So there, you shouldn't be fucking complaining at all. Just squad up, pick your character, squad up with your people, beat the game. Try to play it with friends because some of you ain't you know prefer to play alone. But this game is it's designed to do either solo or squad up. I think a lot of people will have a lot more fun trying to squad up. I'm hoping that there's mechanics to help you find people like matchmaking, but we'll see.
Yeah, I hope. I have high hopes for it. High hopes for it, but we'll have to just fucking wait and see. Like this, the thing that's different about this one, I know people love to keep talking about the older Arkham Batman games, but at launch, right now, this will not have playable Batman to our knowledge, and so
Which
like. Remember Blue was complaining about that even way
yeah,
before it launched.
he's
Some
a
people
Batman fan.
yeah, some people, are going to have their struggles with that initially. Hopefully, they can get over it. I think that's more of a potential issue than frame
Mm,
rates per se.
I'm
But
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if you beat the game, you probably unlock Batman. Because if they're following the Court of Owls, in Court of Owls, Batman was kind of missing for a bit, and guess what? He fucking shows up. So
I personally, I think it's pretty cool that you can play as 4 different characters, and they're all like, from what I've seen from the gameplay, they're all like really, really different. I mean, you got, I think it's Damian Wayne is the Robin, right?
no, it's
Is it Tim?
Tim
Tim
Drake.
Drake. Okay, so you got Tim Drake as Robin. You got Red Hood, so he's got guns and shit. You got Nightwing, who's got crazy acrobatics, and then you got it's Batgirl, right? Not Batwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Batgirl. They're all 4 of those characters. They're gonna play very uniquely. I actually really want to play as Red Hood. I want to shoot some guns and shit and see how that goes. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
he looks brutal in the game. He looks like he punishes the fuck out of people. I'm like, damn,
yeah.
like shooting people in the face and shit. I was like, god dang. So apparently, there's already been rumors that like Damien may be playable later on. Um, each character gets their own vehicle as well, so you get your own like bike or car. I think they all drive bikes.
Yeah.
Motorcycles. So everyone gets their own motorcycle. Each one's different. You can do combos with your motorcycle. You can jump off and attack, just like when in the Arkham Knight when you had the Batmobile. You can jump out and like launch on people. So there's gonna be some interesting shit. I'm looking forward. I'm hoping that they add more characters. I'm pretty sure they probably will. They probably add Azrael and the Orphan and Catwoman and probably a couple other heroes, Batwing maybe.
Calendar
Those,
Man. Kite Man.
Oh shit!
Dude,
I
Titan
be
is fucking shit in Harley Quinn though.
Harley Quinn, he's fucking awesome. So I mean, there's a lot of potential for this game. So I have like almost all the Batman games except for Origins. I'm looking forward to this one because I've said since Arkham Knight it should have had fucking co-op in it. Now we're gonna get it. So I'm hyped.
I really hope it works out. What you been playing, Cronus? You got all the Steam decks. You got the PS5. What you doing?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Super Hot. This one is the what is it? Mind Delete. Shit, I forget the name of the actual thing. It's like Mind Control Delete. The game it's basically it's like crack. Like it's hard to put down. Like seriously, the gameplay is so simplistic that the only things move only when you move. And in the first one, if you get hit once by a bullet, that was it. Like you're just done with the level. In this one, you have to kind of like hack your mind to get things back, so you can get sort of like superpowers in the game, depending on like what you choose. And you can get they added in some new weapons and some just crazy things where like you can pick stuff up in the game and throw it. Like some of the mods that you can get is like when you throw something that becomes like a grenade, or you can shoot through people, or you can like charge and like punch somebody and like move faster and all these other things. It's really cool changes to the game. But I'm hoping they make another one because I think that they could do more with the game. And I still need to play the VR one because I think I got the bundle where VR comes with it, and I think I got almost enough room finally in my office where I can set up VR again. And I'm looking forward because Blue played this shit like 5-6 years ago.
Oh wow!
He was saying how it was really good. And he got back into playing it, and you could dual wield in the VR version and like knock things out of you can knock bullets out of the sky that are coming towards you and like knock things back. And it's supposed to be like a much better game than the FPS one. And the FPS one for me is the shit. So yeah, that's what's been time vampiring me for a while because like I got done with the first one and I was like, what am I gonna play now? And then I saw there was another one. I was like, oh shit! All right, let me just fucking get back to it.
That was Chronos snorting crack. That's great.
Yeah. It took up it overtook Vampire Survivors for me. That's saying a lot because that game is fucking really addictive.
Right on.
Yeah, that's good.
And then
shit,
I'm playing
man.
Gotham Knights on Friday when I can on my first class flight to Austin, Texas. Hopefully.
There you go.
How long is that flight? Like 4 hours or 3 hours?
I'll probably be drunk. I don't know.
I've made that.
What's up?
I've made that flight before. It was 4 hours when I did it.
Yeah, I think it's like 4 or 5 hours from here. I've
been there a few times. I had to stop though. I had a layover, so
I don't have a layover. No.
Yeah, I had like an hour or 45-minute layover. I had to stop in like Phoenix or some shit.
Well, I'm ending my sober October. My sober October on that day because I started it early because I knew I was going to go to the bachelor party. I'm like, I'm not gonna not drink at a bachelor party. That's just dick move.
It is. It's illegal.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make sure I get nice and lit on the plane out there. That's why I got my 5G booster the other day, my flu shot, just to make sure because I'm not gonna mask when I'm drinking on the plane. So,
free ball it, man.
Yeah,
man.
I'll be mad as fuck though if they because I didn't even check if they changed the policy, but I knew for a while when the pandemic was like deep, they stopped serving free alcohol in first class. And if they do the same thing this time, I'm going to be like, sir, I'll fly with the commoners, please. Please refund me the extra however many fucking, not thousands of dollars, but it's a lot of money to upgrade to first class. So.
Yeah, man, do that shit, dude, and have fun. And is Blue going with you? So
he is. Yeah, hopefully he feels better because he said he was feeling under the weather. So hopefully he feels better by Friday because we're meeting out there. We're supposed to be going. We're gonna go see Post Malone and we're gonna go ATVing in the morning on Saturday. So.
Dude, that's a busy ass day. God damn, nice.
Yeah, they wanted to get up at we're supposed to be there at like 9 in the morning to go ATVing. I'm like, all right, that's pretty early, but whatever. I mean, I got kids, so I'm used to getting up early. And then we're gonna see Post Malone and then party after that. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to like get some Red Bulls or something.
Yeah.
So,
damn.
Yeah.
All right, drunk ATV and stay safe.
Well, I'm not gonna drink ATV. Yeah. I might have to actually get a motorcycle because they were saying that they might be out of ATVs that day. So I have a reservation for an ATV, but I was trying to get it for like a little bit later, and they're saying that you have to get a motorcycle. I'm like, okay, well, I can ride a dirt bike, so I think
There
I
you
can ride a
go.
motorcycle. So
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball. Man.
yeah. What do you play, man?
You know me. I'm still got the hooks of Destiny still in me. Actually, the three of us have not played yet. Is that right?
Yeah, it's hard for
In a
me to.
while.
I need to. I need to figure out a time to play. I was trying to play earlier this week, but I was trying to play like one time because I was waiting for Kay to like finish her homework, and some days she'll just like only take like 30 minutes. I'm just like, well, shit, I can't. I'm turning the game on, and then it's like, oh, well, I'm done. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah,
all right.
exactly. But yeah, for me, it's been still Destiny. Still trying to finish a raid, but that's all right. Some things happened last week. We won't even get into those. Just the fact that
Was double
So,
jumping
like,
involved?
no, I
not,
got off the raid, and they Old Ninja and crew found some god tier randos and beat the raid in like what 20-30 minutes.
beat it in 57 minutes, and
God.
they said that we could beat it in 30, and we would have, but us with them, we were dying. They had to stop to get us, but we beat it in like less than an hour. So what we did, what it took a month for most of the team to get where we were. And when they joined, they took us from where we were to the end. And they're like, hey, let's start from the beginning. We're like, what are you talking about? And they're like, no, it's okay. I'm going to get a guide to come help us. So these two guys basically kind of pulled us through the raid, and we beat it in 57 minutes. And it took like a month for like 6 other people to get where we did.
It's fucking
So
impressive.
but I will have to say there's a caveat. They did do some like exploits to get through it a lot easier. And they did have particular weapons that I keep yelling at the top of my lungs that everyone should try to get, but no one likes listening to me. But of course, they used it, and it helped a whole fuck ton. So
Some weapons are shit though.
so
Um,
much shit.
but the other thing, I know we haven't talked about it at all, but because we're here in the month of October, I keep seeing these commercials for Modern Warfare 2.
Mm-hmm.
And man, these commercials look fucking good. I know it's not going to be the greatest thing ever. I get it and all of that. I know it's annual.
Does it got
It
zombies?
might. I don't know. Oh, it's supposed to have a raid. It's gonna have
Damn
a
it.
raid. It's a 3-man raid though.
Is
It's
it?
only 3.
It's PVE though, right? The raid, obviously.
Yeah, it'll be PvE. Just
Okay,
like so,
I'm down.
they had a horde mode in the previous Modern
A
Warfare,
horde
which
mode?
nobody. Oh, yeah,
Horde?
I mean,
Okay. I could use a horde mode. I'm just saying, like leisure suit Larry style. Leisure suit Larry style. Remember that game back in the day?
yeah.
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 Well, I mean, you have to test for STDs first, and then you jump in the ball pit, and then you just get the slime girl and
remember that
skeet.
you missed the NDA, man. You got to sign the NDA
Right.
too.
And NDA. I mean, because we're in the digital age. Everyone's gonna be recording and snapping pictures. You're gonna end up in Reddit and Pornhub, so gotta get them NDAs. Yeah, I mean, Modern Warfare 2 is gonna be a big hit. I mean, I really liked the last Modern Warfare, so Modern Warfare 2. I'm hoping everyone said the beta was really good, a lot of great improvements, so I'm about it. So that's day one for me.
God damn it! All right. Who knows? Let me get through this fucking month, man. It's been fucking a crazy ass whirlwind of a week so far, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, you have until the 28th to prepare, so.
Yeah, and then the other thing is like early
comes out
November
soon.
is God of War.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm like. I'm saving up my little tokens of like, fuck the whole
Time.
family until God of War comes out.
Holy shit!
Like,
It's all
sorry,
bad.
but I guess you're single for a while, so
yeah.
I got guys to kill.
Yeah, that's all bad. But yeah, man, there's a bunch of stuff in a really short period of time. I'm planning on beating. By the time I finish Gotham Knights, God of War will probably be out.
Yeah.
Like literally right when I finish, probably the day of. And then also, so what they're doing, because they spend so much time and money making the campaign for Modern Warfare, most 80% of the people don't even fucking touch it. They go straight to multiplayer. This time, they're like, oh, if you beat the single player, you will get exclusive weapons and skins and stuff that you can use for all the modes. But the only way to get it You got to beat the story. So I'm cool with
That's
that.
not a bad idea.
I mean, they should have did that fucking like a decade ago, but
Well,
still.
I mean, they used to. I mean, back in the day, people kind of forget this, but you used to play the single player so you can actually get good at the gameplay, and then you
Oh
play the
yeah, yeah.
multiplayer. You know, but then people
Not
just
no
kind of
more.
stopped doing that because they kept making the same goddamn game 45 fucking times.
Hmm. Yeah, people go straight. Usually, they go straight to multiplayer. They don't even fuck with the campaign.
Well, but what's really sad is sometimes the campaigns have been really fucking good. Like
Oh
Modern Warfare from a few years ago was an excellent fucking campaign.
yeah, it was a great campaign. I love Farah, and the chick who played Farah, she's in the boys. She's the head
Yeah,
papa.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was a good story. It was pretty fucked up. Everyone remembers the No Russian because that was in the campaign.
Yeah,
That became a big controversial thing. Like some countries had that shit edited out. So we may see something similar again in this one.
that was like, remember when that happened? It was almost like the hot coffee incident, you know?
Yeah,
Oh
It
yeah.
was
yeah, oh
just,
yeah.
but it was in the game. Like people were just like, "What the fuck?" And I remember when I did it, I was just like, "It's pretty messed up." But it also, I mean, it's a video game, but it's like, yeah, this is pretty messed up. And I was glad they put in the actual like optional thing of like, hey, I think that was the first time where I saw in the
Mhm.
game where just like, what do something fucked up? You don't have to participate in this if you don't want to. Feel free to just.
Yep.
Mhm,
I thought that was really cool the way they did it, and it was still controversial, you know.
mhm.
Well, but remember too, I mean, it wasn't just, at least in my opinion, for shock value alone. It
No,
did fit into the fucking story.
yeah, for sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was part of the story. Like there's a reason that you do that heinous stuff, and it fits into that larger story of what you're trying to like help resolve in terms of the overall conflict. It just was a fucking brutal part. And then the other one I want to mention is, remember Spec Ops: The Line
That was a
had
great
all
game.
kind of fucked up shit.
That was one of the that game is like one of the best games that nobody ever played. I remember I
Hmm.
played it when it was free on PSN, and the end had me questioning life. I was
Yeah.
just like, man, am I a piece of shit?
Ah,
Like for real.
Dude, remember you were basically, I mean, gassing, if I can remember correctly, gassing like civilians and U.S. soldiers or like everybody of like white phosphorus and all that stuff. Like there was fucked up human rights violations that you were involved in.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
That
I was like, what the fuck?
that was not a feel good game, especially the end. Like that was like one of the first like psychological. Well, I mean, one of the first. Well, especially for usually first person shooters are just like they like Call of Duty. You know, you just go, you kill the
yeah,
enemy, and fuck them,
point and
right?
shoot. Yep.
But no, not in this game. Like there was consequences to like your soul at the end of
Hmm.
this game. I think they made a
Mhm.
part two, but I never played it.
You know,
Uh,
I never did either. I don't know if it was a different studio or whatever, but it never got any buzz either. Like
But
that
neither did the
first one.
first one. Never got any buzz
Yeah,
either.
the only reason why the first one got buzz is because it was on PS Plus, like you mentioned.
Yeah, that was it. Let me. Now I gotta look. Spec Ops: The Line 2.
I feel like there was a second. Was there a third?
I don't know, man.
There's a shit ton of those sniper games. Shit. There's like 4 of those Just
Oh,
Cause games.
there is no part 2. Okay, that's why. We just made that shit up. It was
Well,
like
yeah, you know
Shazam.
what? Yeah, you know, the internet can just create shit. You know what I mean? And we just did it.
Oh
Y'all should
yeah,
believe us.
they said they will not be doing a sequel because it was
Get,
brutal and painful development for everybody that worked on it. It was like eating broken glass.
damn, even the developing of it was.
They know what they did.
Look at I'm looking at these scores. These are like 9 out of 10, 4.4 out of 5. Like holy shit. Nobody
It was a
played.
great game.
It was
I felt
universally liked.
I felt the same way about Tomb Raider. The last 3 Tomb Raiders, even though the last one I felt like had a weird ending, but like the game itself, the gameplay was fucking amazing. Like you were a fucking killer. I talked about this on the podcast when it came out. One guy was complaining, the reviewer, he was complaining because like, Laura's young and impressionable and they made her a stone cold killer. I'm like, yeah, she almost got raped. She almost got raped, so she starts slitting throats. I mean, I don't blame her at all. Oh, so, but the gameplay was cool. You could sneak up on people, poison them with arrows, and It was fucking wild, but it played really well.
Yeah, I
And,
mean, let me just say this: like, whether it's
I
go ahead.
I now know exactly why this
What?
game didn't do well, and I had a feeling it was the same
What?
feeling I had about what was that other game that was fucking dope that nobody played? It was
Mad Max.
Mad Max. Yeah, that nobody because another game came out that just fucking crushed. For Mad Max, it was Metal Gear Solid 4, I think it was, and for this game it was The Amazing Spider-Man. It came out the same day,
Oh yeah.
and so did Dead Island.
Mm.
oh shit, yeah, no.
Yeah, you got to pick the timing right. You know. But
Yeah.
for Tomb Raider, like you were mentioning, Old Ninja, that trilogy was really, really fucking good. I think what really hurt it wasn't even from a timing standpoint, but the bar got raised from like Uncharted 2, 3, 4. And some of the momentum for Tomb Raider got outdone by Naughty Dog's Uncharted. I will
Mm,
forever believe that.
no. Did you play the game?
Yeah, I played at least 1, 2, and part of 3 of Tomb Raider. They were good games.
Yeah.
So you played Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb
Yeah.
Raider. So I mean, to me, though, it was right on par. Slightly different because technically, I mean, both of those studios kind of shared the same employees, sort of. But I felt like it was right on par with the action and kind of the story. I mean, you were just Laura Croft, just younger.
I don't disagree with you. All I'm saying is in terms of like, you know how it is in terms of hype and momentum and the spotlight. From an action adventure gameplay standpoint, most people, not all, thought of Uncharted as that like top of the fucking mountain when it came to those types of games. And I mean that's just how it went.
Well, I know Rise of the Tomb Raider had really shitty timing. It came out like I think the same day as like Overwatch.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
It was yeah.
You don't want to
It
do
was either
that.
the same day or the same week, and then like Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out around another big fucking game. I was like, what are you guys doing? You guys are shooting yourselves in the foot. So
I'm looking up 2012, like, because I remember back in the 2012, I was saying like this is like one of the best years in gaming like ever, and it
Mm-hmm.
really was. Like, just listen
What
to
you
the
got?
list of the fucking games that came out. Persona 4 Golden came out. The Walking Dead Telltale games came out. The series, Mass
Mm-hmm.
Effect 3, Journey, which I know
oh
Prodigy
yeah,
hates,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Fire Emblem Awakening, Dishonored, Borderlands 2.
Oh
This is how insane that year was. Is that Far Cry 3 came out that year, but no, there's another game that nobody fucking played. Nobody played that game until it was free. I think it was. It's the same thing that happened to me because I didn't play that game when it first came out
Mm-hmm.
because I think
Mm-hmm.
it was Mass Effect 3 had come out a couple months before that. Oh no, it wasn't Mass Effect 3. It was like in December or some shit, and there's just like nobody was playing it. Guild Wars 2, Dark Souls, fucking
Mm-hmm.
Lord of the Rings Online. There's XCOM. Yeah, it was just god damn. That
That's
was
a lot
just
of bangers.
yeah, that was a lot.
Mm-hmm. Like really, really fucking good year, and it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it was forever ago.
Especially for
oh
gaming.
yeah,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was a really long time
yeah,
ago. Soul Calibur 5, God, that was a good game too.
yeah. So when when Tomb Raider came out, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 came out, like literally the week after,
Yeah.
and Battlefront, the first next gen Star Wars game came out around in December, so it got buried.
That fucking
Oh,
sucks.
Evolve had a lot of hype. A lot of people
It
were
did.
all about it. So when it came out,
Oh
it had a
man, that
good
was a
team,
disappointment.
but that one just fucking petered out hard.
Because we're all
It
thinking
really
left.
did.
Remember, me and Prodigy we used to play Left 4 Dead together, and we're
Mm-hmm.
all thinking this is gonna be like the next Left 4 Dead, and it was Left 4 Nope.
Not, yeah,
Mm-mm.
Shit was
it was
terrible.
not
That
left.
one, remember the other one that really fucking shit the bed with nothing but wet turds was the almost like Overwatch but wasn't Overwatch. What was the name of that shit?
Oh, it was like
Oh shit, Battleborn. We played Battleborn.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, Battle.
Battleborn was one of them. But there was another one too. I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, actually,
Battleborn.
Battleborn was
Like,
yeah. But the thing about
Battleborn.
Battleborn though, well, that one was made by the same developer as Borderlands, so it got like a lot of hype.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
the thing though with that game is that it was like an RPG. There was RPG elements in it, but every single game it would reset your stats. Like it was really fucking stupid. It was like, why am I playing this game if like every single time I do this, it's the same skill trees. It was just annoying to play.
Yeah,
That's
man.
weird. It was weird.
All bad.
So me and Prodigy, we got to fucking play the game at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep.
And they only gave us like a little bit, like, but it played well, but we didn't get the full experience. We didn't get to build from like 0 to nothing. We just played like one battle. And it had like hella people. It was like 32 people or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, oh, this is cool. And then when it came out to launch, the launch day, it was fucking, it imploded.
Yeah, man. The shit happens with that shit, man. I mean, look, I hyped the ever-loving fuck out of Dying Light 2 because I loved the first one. And I gotta admit, I got it on launch and that shit was buggy as fuck. Like, I haven't gone back to it at all.
It's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame. You know, this is one of the things about like being older gamers that actually, because obviously we can afford to just like buy frivolous shit, but it kind of sucks because like we buy these games and then they're buggy and then we don't go back and play them again. We don't even consider returning them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm just like, fuck it, whatever, and it just sits there on a shelf somewhere. Sometimes they fix them, you know, but you know, I think when you're older, you only have so much time. Like you don't want to have to go back and then play a game where you have like this really bad taste in your mouth. You know, you want to have the experience to where, you know, hey, I want to sit down because time is real fucking finite, especially when you have kids and shit. I want to sit down and play a game, and it needs to be right the first fucking time. There's any sort of fuckery with the launch, like it's just we ain't playing it, you know.
Yep. Indeed.
But luckily for them, we're not. You know, we don't have to return it. But I think if it was like if we were more frugal, we'd probably just fucking. I'd have returned probably 50 games. Well, not 50. Actually, probably like 25 games by now. I would have returned.
Exactly. I know we didn't want to talk about it. I know we didn't. But we got it. I mean, there's more fuckery with Stitch's boy.
Oh, you want to talk about it now?
Yeah.
We
might as well.
About
Ye? We might as well. Go ahead and set it up now. What's going on this time?
So, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, otherwise known as Ye now, he's doubled and tripled down on his, first of all, anti-Semitism, and then just total nonsense, acting like a fucking child. And he's even talking shit about other artists about how they didn't help him with his kids. Bro, you're a fucking 45-year-old man. Like, if you shouldn't need some other man's help with your kids. That's your family, man. Like, you need to deal with that. And yeah, like, sometimes, you know, families get messy, they get fucked up, and sometimes you might need some help, but you need to ask for the help from somebody, and they need to be in a position to help you. But you can't just assume that that it's like they're going to get out of their way to help you, especially when they're not family. Even when they are family, you can't just assume somebody's going to come out there and help, especially when you're on, you know, national TV talking shit about them if they didn't help you. Like, why would they be obligated to help you with your own kids? You know what I mean? Like, they're your kids. She's your ex-wife. Like, that's your own problem. Like, be a goddamn adult and deal with that shit. And don't bring in, just because some people that happen to be Jewish might have fucked you over at some point in your life, doesn't mean they're all pieces of shit. And it definitely doesn't give you the right or anything to say all of a sudden you're claiming that you're Jewish. Nobody on the news has said anything about this because they don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. If you're Jewish, then what makes you Jewish? And don't say because it says like some fucking shit in the Bible says that somebody had brown skin was. Do you fucking actually study the Torah? Do you go to any Jewish services? Do you do anything that's besides saying that in the Bible, in some interpretation, says that I'm Jewish, therefore I can shit all over Jews? If you're using that as an excuse just to shit on Jews, then guess what? You're a fucking piece of shit, and you're a lying piece of shit. It's just like me saying because I'm a black man, I can shit all over every single African American or every single African out there. That doesn't give me the fucking right to say anything like that. Everybody's experience. That's why we have the diaspora of Africans out here. It means that we're not all one conglomerate. You know, we're not all of the same mind. You can have differences of opinion, but it doesn't mean that you can be blatantly racist on TV and blatantly anti-Semitic and then get mad when somebody calls you out about it and then try to play the fucking black card, because that's what you're doing, man. That's what you're doing. You're playing the black card so you can say racist shit against some other ethnic group, and that's not what that's there for. That if anything, you should be more sympathetic towards people of the Jewish faith because of what they went through during the fucking Holocaust. Because there's a lot of parallels between the Holocaust and what happened to us in slavery. You know, it's not equivalent. It's not the exact equivalent, but there's a lot of fucking parallels there. And for you to like not even acknowledge that at all in any of your goddamn interviews, except to say, "Oh, because I'm black, I can." No, that doesn't give you the fucking right to say that. It doesn't at all. What do you guys think?
Hold on. Oh, we're talking about Ye.
Prodigy brought it up. Not me.
Yeah, I
Fuck him,
thought
though.
I thought we were supposed to leave this dude alone. We already gave him the.
He keeps coming back.
We couldn't resist. I did bring it up. You know what I mean?
There's more.
Yeah.
There's more pressing matters than Ye. Let Ye have his meltdown. Maybe he just needs edge. Why are we making this guy like relevant? Why are we doing this?
But here's the thing. It's just so fucking disappointing, and he has such a big platform because he's such a giant fucking celebrity. Now, you know, I mean, everybody knows who the fuck he is. Some people still lean on every word. Some people still rock his clothing and all that other kind of stuff. He's, I believe, according to Forbes, a billionaire.
Says $2 billion. Yeah, and the arrogance that he brings it up to, that's another thing that I'll let you finish. But he's very arrogant about that shit.
Yeah, he is. I hate the anti-Semitism. It's ugly. I hate, you know, this is not me doing the tit for tat thing. There's a lot of dangerous anti-Semitism going around. Trump saying some anti-Semitism stuff too that's extra dangerous as well. But staying with Ye, he's about to get sued, or already they filed some lawsuits for him. Also saying some incredibly offensive anti-black racist stuff about George Floyd, which is just slanderous, untrue. I mean, again, there's a man already in jail for convicted murder of George Floyd, but yet Ye has a problem, wants to speak out, talking ill of the dead, someone who was murdered, and we all saw the murder.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. Like him saying, like he wasn't. It had nothing to do with the guy's knee on the neck, and it had to do with fence. It's like we all saw him die. Like, did you not watch the video? I know it's hard to watch, but watch the video. It's very apparent.
Yeah. It's disturbing as fuck. There's no excuse for it. He's just he's wild as fuck, and it's hard to now. It's been so long with him being this whacked out that it's hard to remember the good old days. Even, you know what I mean? Like, we've had so many years of madness that you know, I can't wish him the best. I can't fucking stand him. I really can't, and I hope he gets sued. I hope he, somewhere in the very near future, I hope he has a day like Alex Jones in terms of, you know, some defamation lawsuits really fucking up his entire bankroll and fortune. That's what I got.
So anyway, Black Adam is coming out, and it's getting mediocre reviews so far. It's not getting loved, it's not getting praised. They're just saying it's not like this epic that The Rock has been hyping up to be. Apparently it's just another superhero movie. Some people say the story is kind of weak, but the acting's cool. So
yeah,
you know.
I saw some of these initial reviews, and again, I was a little disappointed as well because the first trailer looked good. I was really looking forward to this one. I still may see it. I haven't gotten tickets or whatever, but yeah, these some mid-ass fucking reviews, you know, that I did. They ain't no hiding from that. There's some mid reviews. They seem run of the fucking mill, and we'll see.
So, so far on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like pretty on par with Man of Steel, and I happen to like Man of Steel, so it's kind of on that level. Then I'm probably going to enjoy it. I'm not going to be like, I'm probably not going to be like, oh, this was totally amazing. This resets and this and this does that. Apparently not. And there's a post credit scene, which I guess has already been leaked by The Rock himself, but I've been staying away from that. I'm just planning on going in. I'm probably gonna see it on Friday. I'm gonna have time, so I'll probably see it Friday afternoon before the night gets crazy. But we'll see. I'm not expecting anything super fantastic, but I'm expected to be entertained.
I've always wanted to see live action Hawkman. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like, kind of bring it with like that, the armor and the wings and all that. So, I mean, hopefully they get that right. And hopefully Black Adam is at least gonna have some fun fight scenes. I'll temper my expectations now, based on some of these early reviews, but it's still, I don't know. It still could be fun. We'll fucking see, or it could be a fucking turd. I don't know.
I
Oh no.
honestly, I think it's going to have a really good first weekend. I think that, reading these reviews, it's the typical, it's an action movie. They're making the same. It's a comic book movie, okay, first of all. And so when people are talking about how, the plot is so thin, it's just the action is that great. The Rock is, carrying the movie. Obviously, all right, it's a fucking comic book movie. And it's a comic book movie that's based upon characters that aren't that fucking thick plot. These are comics that are made for children, first of all. So if you're coming in there thinking that you're going to get some crazy drama or some shit, it's like you're watching the wrong guy. It's like watching a porn for the plot. Everybody's going in there to see Rock beat the shit out of somebody. That's if your expectations are higher than that, then just don't. I mean, you're watching the wrong fucking movie. So, I'm just reading through these reviews, and they're just the typical. I don't understand how action movies work, but yet I'm a film critic, and so
Yeah.
I don't, and they're really pick and choose which ones they try to criticize or which ones they don't, because they're all basically kind of the same. Like they're explosion movies, and they're fucking awesome if you like explosions, which I do. So
Yeah.
I don't need some extra, dramatic performance with these movies at all. What did Endgame get? I'm pretty sure it wasn't this mediocre, but I mean Endgame was no cinematic masterpiece. Nobody's saying that, but you didn't see the same sort of reviews for that,
No, I'm with you. I think comic book movies are their own kind of fucking genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we've seen at least 50 plus of them by this point, right? Something like that.
50 plus, bruh.
Maybe 75 plus, right? Right? 100? I don't know.
Probably close to, yeah. We're about 100.
Yeah, because you're right. There's been like a 25 MCU alone, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
roughly.
it's been a lot.
Just MCU alone, and DC's been doing movies since like the 70s.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. It's probably closer to 70, somewhere between the 75 and 100 of them. Some are better than others. Some are fucking classics and shit. But if it's at least fun with some popcorn or whatever, then I'll be impressed. And the other thing that I was hoping for with this one, I mean, we all know that we've been talking about this literally since before this podcast started.
Oh yeah,
about The Rock wanting to do this role. So
I mean, dude, he's gonna be
see.
flying around punching shit and tossing lightning. Like what the fuck?
There you go, man.
Well, let's just remember. I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is a comic book movie, a DCEU, I guess, comic book movie. There's been a fan base talking about how they're, disorganized and whatnot. And this is supposed to right the ship, so maybe we'll see. I mean, it's not like the Batman. The Batman was like the quote unquote thinking. I'm using air quotes, thinking man's comic or whatever. But it is what it is. The Batman doesn't have not as many explosions.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but the Batman felt like they stripped it all down back to basics of him being this early Batman detective shit.
Yeah,
that's what they did.
It was 7 in the Batman suit. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
difference was you already knew who the killer was. You knew from the jump. So
Big facts.
Well, let me
Big
just
facts.
something I just want to remind everybody: the back in 2011, when Captain America: The First Avenger came out, it got mediocre reviews too.
it
Mhm.
sure did.
So it made like a little over. It made like I think 380 million dollars, something like that. So
Mhm.
and then the next movie it blew up, and after that it's making billions. So I'm not going to really pay attention that much about the critics' reviews for comic book movies, because it doesn't matter. People are still going to go watch them. People are still going to enjoy them. Somebody that thinks that somebody that's still watching, like, I'm trying to think of like a filmmaker that I can't stand. What's that, like a Woody Allen movie? If they think that Woody Allen movie is like the peak of cinema, and they're watching Avengers or comic book movies, then yeah, I mean, yeah, they'd be shitty to you. Also, he's a rapist, so
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to put that out there. He's a pedophile, Woody Allen.
Yeah.
It is still weird to me that we all know that to be factual in terms of that man.
I just want to
And
make
yet
sure.
he's still he's made a ton of movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, he makes one movie per year.
And the other thing is, it's not like big name Hollywood actors and actresses aren't fucking with him.
Oh
To
yeah.
to the contrary,
They all do.
they all still fuck with. I'm like, yeah, I think Scarlett Johansson, was Adam Driver in one of the, like, there's been a bunch of,
They're,
like,
they're all
I don't watch
they're,
them. Go
they're
ahead, old
all
legend.
they're almost everyone that's big that year is usually in a Woody Allen movie. So when Titanic came out, Woody Allen put out a movie called Celebrity. That movie had like Leonardo DiCaprio in it, basically playing himself, utilizing the fame that he got from Titanic, like
Wow.
I think 8 months before. But then it had an all-star cast. Like there's a shit ton of people in that fucking film. So
Yeah, yeah. So before anybody ever like praises Hollywood and these actors and, oh, I agree with them and all that, just do a little bit of homework. See who's been in a Woody Allen movie. You know what I mean? Let that be your
almost
fucking barometer.
almost everybody's been in a fucking Woody Allen movie.
Yeah, yeah. So
Almost.
eh,
The only person that hasn't is Denzel. I don't think Denzel's been in a Woody Allen movie. He might
sounds
have.
like sounds like Denzel has some fucking integrity. You know what I mean?
I mean, a quick little search could prove me wrong, though.
Yeah, yeah. Let me back up and make sure make sure that that's facts. Holy fucking shit, man. Anyway,
There's some stuff on our list we haven't even touched upon. We managed to go back and talk about Adrian and Chechik, but there's something on here that was. I mean, if you're in California, it's kind of big news. Everybody else probably doesn't give a fuck unless it's Mitch McConnell, I guess. But this is this her name? Nuri Martinez?
Oh, I just
Her
listened to a
name?
podcast on this today. You talking about the L.A.
She's a councilwoman, or is she a judge, or is she both?
Formerly, she was the president of the city council.
Oh my
Pretty sure she was
gosh.
president of city council. Yeah. I heard the tape. I'm sorry, the recording. I hate saying the fucking tape. It's not a goddamn tape. It's a recording.
dude, we're old. We're old. We're always gonna say tape.
Well, but it bothers me when I hear from people. I'm just like, it's not a tape. Nobody's recording shit on tape anymore, unless it's a backup.
No, speak on it. Break it down though.
Yeah. So this, what was her name? Nuri. What's her last name? What?
Martinez.
I mean, if you got, do you have the whole story on it? You can talk about it if you want.
No, I don't. I don't know. I didn't follow the whole story. I literally came into this super late, very late. I just know by the time I caught up to the story, action had already been done. So I was like, "What the fuck?" I had no idea.
Yeah. So basically, I'm pretty sure she was the president. I'm pulling it up now. What she actually has. I think she was the president of the city council in LA. And I actually listened to a podcast that actually broke down some of this in like kind of a more nuanced way. But anyway, it was her and 3 other council members that were talking about redistricting in LA. And part of the thing that people don't really talk about is that the vast majority of people in LA are obviously of Latin descent.
Yep.
And they were this part of the discussion was, they don't have that much actual political power in LA, and that all the districts that actually have money are going towards mostly, Caucasian people. That does not. I'm not giving an excuse to what I'm about to say because what she did was pretty fucked up. So she goes off on kind of like a tirade talking about everybody that she works with, besides the people that were there. And one of them was another council member. I believe it was a council member. I can't remember his name, but he was the guy he's gay and he's married to a man, and they adopted a son who's black. And apparently, her and the married couple and the son were on a float together, and she was talking about how the son was out of control. He was bouncing off the walls, and she called him a little chinguito, which basically means like a
Oh,
little monkey.
monkey.
Yeah, a little monkey, and there's a bunch of other stuff that she said about, and she was making fun of like Oaxacans for being like little, and like a bunch of other like really messed up shit. And they were all just kind of piling on these other ethnic groups, in the meeting. So they talk a lot about Nuri, but the other, 2 members that were in that meeting also caught a whole bunch of heat, and they were asking them to get, to step down as well. I think all of them at this point have taken down or had their powers stripped from them, which is just like, wow. That's pretty crazy. And like obviously somebody recorded it, and it was from like last year. So somebody obviously waited to do that, but I mean, she said it. So
This kind of reminds me of, in the world of sports, Donald Sterling, who was the LA Clippers owner, and got caught on tape saying some disparaging shit and had to sell his team. Made him a bunch of money, of course, but that's neither here nor there. I don't like the trend of only when things are verbatim caught on, not tape, but you know what I mean, recorded.
You should
recording.
You should have said it. You should just say caught on tape. But
only when that happens can you do the aha, smoking gun reveal of this person is terrible and evil and all that. Yes, there are some terrible, evil, fucked up, racist people. Yes, this is clear evidence of it. But I would be in favor of even going so far as, when you have a whole history of evidence that, you're okay with disparaging or adversely affecting people in minority groups, you ask those tough questions about that person as well. But yes, not making any excuse. She was wrong. The other people were wrong. They suffered this embarrassing consequences of being booted out. But yeah, this is blatant racist shit. They shouldn't have done it. My bigger question is, how much did because these are powerful people in the second largest city, how much did their personal racist views affect the lives of Black folks and minorities based on them just being racist in their heart and then applying policies to inflict those feelings? That's a bigger thing.
And to be clear, for people that aren't, that don't know a lot about politics in general, they're at a redistricting meetings, meaning that they're basically trying to redraw the maps to gain more votes to get more power. It's kind of a fucked up thing that politicians do. Gerrymandering. This is pretty much a gerrymandering bucket, right? I mean, it's basically what they're doing. So, they all do it, and it's like they're already kind of doing some shady shit, and then they hear all these things, saying like one guy said, like fuck that guy, he's with the blacks. And then calling, saying the kid needs a beat down, talking about, how Koreatown is now full of Oaxacans, and how they sure are dark, to be from Korea, and it's just like talking about how they're so ugly and all this stuff. And it's just like that's you. Like you're just a really fucked up person if that's the way you talk, in secret, and people, you're representing people. It's like, yeah, it's okay to be it's not okay, but it's kind of, it's less egregious if you're a piece of shit on your own. You know what I mean? But if you're representing people and you're a piece of shit and you're obviously, racist, and it shows in this verbiage, like, yeah, I'm totally with you, Prodigy. Like, how did your views, affect your political career and affect like where you decide to put effort with the communities that you're supposed to serve? Was it just with your people?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's someone much smarter than me can do the research and go back in history because it's all public records. But I would bet dollars to donuts that certain Black communities, certain, maybe Korean communities, whatever, probably didn't get the nice park, the nice new library, the nice whatever civic institution that could have gone there had some of these people put in the same level of effort that they would for other communities. Again, I'm basing that purely on their own fucking words. And so, what the fuck?
Yeah, and the really messed up part is I feel bad for, I mean, even though we just said, it's kind of, it is racist and all that stuff, but those three people that were all, of, Latino descent, whatever verbiage you want to use, Latinx, whatever. There were three prominent people. Like there were some of the most powerful people in the city, and they all lost their jobs. And it's already in a city where they don't have enough representation on the city council.
Yep.
If you look at the demographics, so they do need somebody that's a voice for their people, but not somebody that's only going for their people, if you understand what I'm saying. And now they're missing three prominent members of representation because of their racist ass views. And it's just like, I feel bad for that community now because who are they going to replace them with? And it's what they were complaining about in the meeting that had some validity, but now it's all overshadowed because of their fucked up racism,
Yeah. Yeah. And this is why, it's hard to hold people accountable, but you need to do the best job you can as a voter to research, not from a disparaging standpoint, but research the people who you're voting for and see if you can reverse engineer or extrapolate whether they seem to verbalize or indirectly indicate that they are racist pieces of shit. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And I'm not saying people are perfect. I'm not saying people can't change either. But god damn, if you're this reckless in your words, then your actions, oh my god, more than likely
reckless in a professional public setting.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I mean, so from what I understand, Nuri Martinez, she stepped down from what I understand.
She did.
She
She
did.
resigned. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all remember the judge from I think it was Georgia. She had a video of her and her family talking about a African American male that was like on their like ring camera. I don't know if he broke into the car or whatnot, but her and her whole family kept using the N-word to describe this person. And I don't know who did it. Obviously, someone from the family leaked the video, but she resigned because of it as well, because she was a judge presiding over I don't know if there's a fairly large, but it's pretty prominent African American like community, and she didn't live in that community. She presided over it.
Yeah.
So this was in the last like year or two.
Yeah.
So
And also, I'm not making this up. There's a bunch of gangs in the LA Sheriff's Department, so they need to do something about that too. You can just Google it. There was an investigation that said there's at least 18 gangs in the LA Sheriff's Department, which is fucking insane.
Yeah. It's not all fucking good, man. It's not all fucking good at all. Oof. All right. We've dealt with some heavy stuff.
See, we can shit on California too every now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, nobody's ever saying California is fucking perfect by
no.
any stretch of the imagination. You know?
Oh no, dude. That whole viral rant where that guy's yelling at that old white lady, that was from Alameda.
Mm-hmm.
Where, that was like here in the Bay.
Well, remember, one of the first high-profile Karens was over at Lake Merritt in Oakland,
Barbecue
where they were
bacon.
barbecuing, and
Barbecue
she was
bacon.
just like, "Y'all black people need to get the fuck out of here!" Like
Yeah.
Lake
No,
Merritt.
y'all
Yeah,
need
get out.
it perfect.
How the
Y'all
fuck
need-
you gonna try to kick black people out of Lake Merritt?
Yeah, exactly.
That's like trying to go to fucking like the Palo Alto Country Club and kicking all the white people. Like, what are you guys doing out here with all your money?
It is what it is. All right, guys, let's wrap it on up, motherfuckers. Old Ninja, what you got populating this week? God damn it.
So I keep saying this, but I haven't done it, or I've been saying it recently. But I plan on watching Werewolf by Night.
Yeah,
It's like
I watched that too.
Halloween special. So it's only 55 minutes. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hoping to watch it sometime this weekend. I plan on
Is it
watching.
all black and white?
Yeah, it's all black and white.
Okay.
I plan on seeing Black Adam probably Friday night. In all my livings in the Bay Area, I've never been to Halloween Haunt. So to describe for people who have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, we have here in the Bay, there's an amusement park. They actually filmed Beverly Hills Cop 3 at this amusement park because I was there. I'm actually in the movie. But they filmed part of the Beverly Hills Cop 3 there. They do a Halloween themed like nighttime scare type thing, and they put like giant fucking spider on one of the rides and stuff. And I guess you can only access the park or only access these events on the weekends at night. And I've never been, so I'm gonna try to go this weekend as well. I'm definitely gonna get Gotham Knights, and I'm gonna try to somehow in between my Destiny playing squeeze in some God of War, the first one. I'm trying to beat it before the second one comes out.
2018 God of War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta platinum that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna play.
You gotta suffer with all those goddamn Valkyries like everybody else did.
I finally met a Valkyrie. I fucking killed her, but
You killed
I
one.
ran into, I killed one. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
I ran into another one. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this.
Sigrun is she'll change your life.
Nope, not fucking with that. I just want to beat the story.
Kronos, what you got, Mr. Austin, Texas?
We didn't talk about Bleach, but all I gotta say is that the new Bleach, the king of the Quincy's, he does not fuck around. He is one of the most not fuck around villains in all of anime. Like, if you don't answer his questions directly and with respect, you might lose some limbs or your face. Like, I was just like, God damn. So, yeah, he's all about respect. Also, if you look in the background of the podcast, there's like a crazy ass regeneration chamber. I got a new one person, what do you call it? Sauna. Yeah.
I'm all regeneration changer. So you about to take you some super serum? But just
yeah. Trying to get yoked. No, I'm trying to just drop a little bit of a body fat. That's all. So other than that, yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Austin, seeing some friends, doing some ATVing, eating some barbecue, getting off of keto, and not being sober again. That'll be nice to drink a little bit. But actually, I really enjoyed my time being sober for the past month. So it's been kind of nice. So
nice.
Hold on. To piggyback off of Cronus, we didn't talk about them Thrones either. A lot of shit.
I gotta catch up. Yeah.
Oh my god, hell of shit has gone down in the last 3 episodes. Like, holy shit.
We'll save it for next week.
Yeah.
Because I got to catch up on that one too.
Yep. All right, that's all I got.
For me, I am shit. I think it's gonna be a pretty fucking chill ass weekend. Definitely got to catch up. I'm gonna try to do it tonight on them goddamn chainsaws, whatever however we're talking about.
So funny, man.
Doing that. my son is really into Tokyo Revengers, so I was gonna try to watch a little bit of that anime with him, and then let me flip a coin and see if I'm gonna check out Black Adam this weekend. But
Bro, you've been learning about Black Adam for months.
yeah,
Really?
I think you're right. I think I am gonna watch it. Probably I don't know if it'll be Friday or Saturday. I'll figure out a day. But overall, I'm just fucking glad that we're winding down to the end of the fucking year and Halloween is fucking coming. Oh, the other one I'm fucking hyped for, this Wednesday shit from
Netflix.
what's her name?
The Addams Family.
From Addams Family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit looks fucking good. I think that drops in a week or so. So we'll fucking see. I'm gonna wait for Gotham Knights because I know I'm not gonna be able to finish it between now and God of War. And then the other one that might get at least a week or so of my attention, I gotta time it out right. Remember, there's DLC for Resident Evil Village, and I fucking loved Village, so I think that drops at the end of this month. So I'm gonna try to squeeze that in.
Mm-hmm.
And just before God of War, we'll see.
I think there might be. Isn't there two, or is it all one? Because I know there's one about the family, and one of them you get to play as the big lady, even though she's not gonna be big.
Yeah, they shrunk her, Lady D. I was like, what the fuck? You can't do that. She's supposed to be 9 feet tall with nothing but titties and ass. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll see. Take us on out, old ninjas.
All right. You just experienced Black and Black Times Infinity.
All the titty meat, vampire titty meat.
The Yankees podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with B's and BTI. It's BTHANBTI. Anywhere and everywhere you listen to podcasts. If you're listening to us through audio and didn't know, we go live every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific time-ish. So we don't always start at 8:30. We usually start like a little 5 minutes late because we go live, and sometimes there's little mishaps that we got to fix on the fly. You can email us, bthenbti@gmail.com. We have a Discord with a lot of fun discussions there, some little behind the scenes stuff and a little bit extra stuff on there. I say email? Yeah, email bthenbti@gmail.com. Oh, our official website, benheadproductions.com/bthenbti. We're also on Twitch. Just look for us, bthenbti, on there. There's some interesting raid videos on there. There will be more. Just keep a lookout. It's going to be great. It'll be fun.
Foam pit anal hurts.
Enough to break your back.
I thought She-Hulk was dope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about it.
Next week. All right. Later, y'all.
Save for next.